Hello and welcome to this video about DriveSmart. DriveSmart is a driving coaching application designed to help improve driving abilities and understanding of our driving capabilities. DriveSmart works on your cell phone, your smartphone, Android, iOS, and Windows phone, and it will record your position and send GPS data to DriveSmart's backend platform servers, where it will be scored and measured against our scoring algorithms and our backend data. The system works very simply. You start by pressing the start button and it will start recording a trip. Once you've pressed the start, it will go into record mode, and after you press the stop, it will end the record mode. So you can start the trip at the beginning, and when you get to your destination, you press stop and it will stop. Also, DriveSmart can be linked to your hands-free set in the vehicle, so you do not have to do any action. It will start recording and stop recording at any time that you go in or out of the vehicle. While driving, DriveSmart will pick up your GPS position, your speed, your acceleration, your braking, your altitude, your heading, and send this information to our platform, where our algorithms will take this information in, compare it, and recalibrate it. For a trip, you need to see your trips, you need to go into the right-hand menu by pressing this option here on the top right-hand area, and you click on the trip option. Trips will list all the trips that you have available for any of the days of this month. For example, this is a month of May, and I have trips for the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, 9th, 10th, and trips for today. This 1, 2, 3, 4 trips that have numbers or are not gray is because they have data recorded, and this is a trip with no data recorded. So if I go into one of these trips, like this one for example, it will show you the details. It will download the details for this specific trip. This trip was performed between 1903 hours and 1942 hours, and it was a drive for 29.6 kilometers. The entire time of the trip was 39 minutes. During the trip, the driver performed 16 incidents which are not conform to the driving regulations or to the driving scoring. So they're outstanding incidents that DriveSmart has pointed out, so that we can go and look at them later and see what we were doing and when we were doing it and why we were doing it wrong. Also, DriveSmart has come up with a scoring of 96 over 100, which is a very good score for this trip. If we go into the second option, which is this one here, it will show us the events, those relative events. So as we were saying, there was 19 events, which were 2 of them are harsh accelerations, 1 was a speed in a corner, and all the rest of them were overspeeds. If we click on any one of these events, like for example this harsh acceleration, it will take us to where the event was happening. We can go in and see, and this is probably a traffic light inside a road inside the center of the city of Madrid. So if I go to see your harsh acceleration is not the best way of driving, it will give you a recommendation. So we can understand that this was because there was a harsh acceleration at this point or at this other point. Actually, this is exactly a traffic light, so this was a start and a traffic light at this point. It will also show us some overspeeds for 61 kilometers an hour. This is when we are leaving an intersection where it's marked at 60. We should not be driving at that speed, so we were overspeeding. DriveSmart's proprietary algorithms actually look at this data, compare it, analyze it, and come up with a scoring that will say how good a driver you are. So my speed driving was 85 points over 100. My cornering was 99 over 100. My acceleration was 97 over 100. My global was 96 over 100, and both my braking and my traffic awareness were okay on this trip. So we can see that the factor that I need to take more in account is that I do some overspeeding. But it's saying you're a master driver, your speeding score is not 85, it's in the 85 to 90 range. You're in the 10% of best drivers, so your score is good, fantastic. It's actually encouraged me to keep on doing good driving. I feel very happy about that. So if I go in here, I will see my performance, my fuel performance, my eco driving, and it says that in the urban area, inside the town, my eco driving is not very good, so I get only 2 euros. But in the suburban, in the highways, I'm doing very good. I get 3 euros. My eco driving is actually, my performance is very good, which will help me understand that I probably need to do less accelerations and better driving inside the urban area to improve my eco driving and save myself some money and fuel. Also, I can look at my overall statistics for this trip. I did 29.6 kilometers, out of which 18 were in suburban area and 11.6, which is a 39%, were inside the urban area. Well, this is not too bad. I did 29.6, which is about a 3% out of my monthly target. I have a monthly target of 1,000 kilometers. It's also interesting to understand that I did an average speed of 45 kilometers an hour. Taking in account that most of my trip was suburban, this is not a very bad speed. If I want to see the map in better detail, I can collapse the menu and I can go back and see the map, and I can see that most of my incidents are either here downtown or in this area here. This from here to here, it's a motorway, so inside the motorway I don't have too many incidents. This is a more smaller road, like a local road, so I have some more speed violations here. So I now realize that probably in this road I should take more care of my speed. If we zoom in, we will see that most of my speed violations are either coming out of roundabouts or coming into roundabouts. So it must be that I'm not too good driving around roundabouts. So here I was going too fast before I came to this roundabout. Here I was too fast when I came to it and when I left it. And if we go to this other one, I was too fast when I left it. And this one other down here, which is this one also, I had some violations on the roundabout. So this is giving me a good clue where I need to improve my driving. If I go to see my monthly score, I want to see how I did in the overall for the entire month of May. I can see that so far in the month of May I have a total score of 94, and I have been doing 99, 82 in speed, which is still my worst point. It's more or less the same, but it's an aggregated information. I can also see my performance, which is, it's kind of okay, but it's not perfect inside both urban and suburban, and my global is therefore not perfect. I can go to my statistics. It will tell me urban and suburban road driving for the entire month, daytime and nighttime driving for the entire month, and how much of my mileage have I exceeded and how many driving hours have I performed. So this is basically how DriveSmart performs its major task. This is possible thanks to that we can register the information from the trips and send it to our server and then compare it to the server data. The database we're using is the HERE database, which provides us all the traffic, road and speed limit information. So basically this is how our DriveSmart application works. Thank you.